Good morning students, this is Joy Varghese from Uncovering Chemistry. Today in video 13 unit 1 some basic concept of chemistry we are going to discuss textual exercise question, that is revision of textual exercise question, means what topic we have done, that numericals or questions we'll discuss. Okay, now here today we are going to discuss 1.21 question, that is part B of that part. 1.26, 27, 28, 30 and 33. The remaining we will be doing after we complete the topics. Okay. Now we will start with the first one, 1.21. It is based on dimensional analysis. Just a minute. Okay. This question, when we talk about here in this case, question 1.21, it is based on dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis method. Clear? What we have already discussed in the video, right? Now dimensional analysis method. Now first what we'll do, I'll take this two part, that is I'll compare 1 kilometer is equal to dash millimeter. Understood? So that first I'm going to compare. Now for that few formulas I'll require. Now what is that formula? You can see 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Now this we have studied in lower classes. Then 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter and 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. Okay, so these three things I will be using here to calculate or converting kilometer into millimeter. Now what we have studied in dimensional analysis, if you want to convert 1 kilometer, we will multiply the unit, that is the formula out of this one, but in that I need to cancel this kilometer, so that kilometer I will take in a denominator. Understood? So this 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, like this I will be writing. Then millimeter I want on the top as an answer, so that millimeter must be top. Then I can use this second one, that is here meter. Then 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter and 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. Understood? So now millimeter, what answer we want, that is in the numerator. So now what I can do, I can cancel this units, what we say here 1, 2, I'll strike out this units so that all units get cancelled. Okay, so what is remaining now, the which is equal to 1 into 1000 into 100 into 10, and what is the unit left out, that is millimeter. So which is equal to, I'll just take how many 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can write 10 raised to 6 millimeter. Okay. Okay, so I can write now, that is 1 kilometer is equal to 10 raised to 6 millimeter. Okay, so this first part is over. Now the second part I will also compare with this only. So you can see here 1 kilometer is equal to dash picometer. You know that 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter. Okay, this was what we have studied in our that one table. It was given prefix is what we say, pico means 10 raised to minus 12. Okay, so now in this also I will be using the formula. You can see the same what I used here, that is I will start with 1 kilometer is equal to dash picometer, that I am going to prove. Okay, how much it is. Okay, so we can see here 1 kilometer is equal to, I can write this formula I can take, so not is equal to multiplication here, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, and as meter is there, so this one I will use here because picometer I want on top. So 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter I can write. Okay, now suppose here you can see 1 kilometer into, I'll write this 10 raised to 3 meter upon 1 kilometer into 1 picometer upon 10 raised to minus 12 meter. Okay, so now you can cancel this all units. You can see here this all units are cancelled. So what is left out? Only picometer. So which is equal to 1 into 10 raised to 3. Now this one, this 10 raised to minus 12 power, if I take up, it will be 10 raised to plus 12. Okay, and picometer what is left out, so it is 10 raised to 15 picometer. Understood? So we can say that 1 kilometer is equal to 10 raised to 15 picometer. Okay, so now I will complete the whole blank. That is 1 kilometer is equal to 10 raised to 6 millimeter and is equal to 10 raised to 15 picometer. Okay, this is the easiest way to understand this problem. Understood now? Now the next one in B, second one was there. Second one was, just a minute. Okay, second one, if you see, 1 milligram is equal to dash kilogram and is equal to dash nanogram. So here which formula we will be using? That is 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram and 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligram. Okay, so this formula I am going to use. So what I am going to compare first? 1 milligram is equal to dash kilogram. This first I will compare. So I can start writing from here. 1 milligram into, I can write here, a milligram is there, so I will use this formula. 1000 milligram, here I will write 1 gram. Okay, now I can write here 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. Okay, this formula I have used. So further, if you calculate it, what will happen? You can see easily this will get cancelled. These all units. What is remaining? 1 into 1 upon 10 raised to 3 into 1 upon 10 raised to 3, and here kilogram is left out unit. Okay, so which is equal to this both, if we take it in numerator, it will be 10 raised to minus 6 kilogram. Understood? 10 raised to 3 will go up, it will be 10 raised to minus 3 and this 10 raised to minus 3. If you didn't understood, one more step I will take. 10 raised to minus 3, that is 1 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 3, which is equal to 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, kilogram. Understood? So we got here, that is 1 milligram, I can write here 1 milligram is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 kilogram. Okay, now the second part I am going to do. 1 milligram is equal to how much? Nanogram. Okay, just a minute. Okay, this is the second part what we are going to discuss. Now in this you can easily write down that formula. 1 milligram into we know that is 1000 gram, 1000 milligram is equal to 1 gram. Okay, so this milligram will get cancelled, but before that you must know that 1 nanogram is equal to 10 raised to minus 9 gram. Nano means 10 raised to minus 9. Okay, so here I will multiply this, use this formula. Milligram, okay, is equal to 10 raised to, so gram is here, so what I will write, that gram in the denominator and nanogram will be on the top, because this answer what we want. So is equal to 10 raised to minus 9 gram. Okay, so you can see here this will get cancelled. So gram, sorry, this gram I have not written GM. Okay, so gram cancel, milligram cancel, so what is remaining? Only nanogram is remaining. Okay, so which is equal to 1 into 1 upon, I can write this 10 raised to 3. Okay, into 1 upon 10 raised to minus 9 nanogram. Okay, so this will be 10 raised to minus 3 into 10 raised to plus 9, because it go in numerator. Okay, nanogram. Okay, so which is equal to 10 raised to 6 nanogram. Understood? So 1 milligram is equal to 10 raised to 6 nanogram. So I can complete the blank now. That is 1 milligram is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 kilogram is equal to 10 raised to 6 nanogram. Understood? So this is our dimension analysis method. Now in that, third one is also there. Third one if you see, it is 1 ml is equal to dash liter is equal to dash dm cube. Okay, now in this we have to use few formulas. 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml, I think you know, and 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube, or cc what we are writing. Understood? And one more formula is there, that is 1 dm cube is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. Okay, so this is the formula what we have already discussed in our previous video. So these three formulas we'll be using here. Okay, so I will start with the first part of the numerical, that is 1 ml is equal to, directly you can 1 ml is equal to dash liter, what we are talking about. Okay, so what I will do, I will write here 1 ml into, we know 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml. Okay, so this ml get cancelled. What is remaining? 1 into 1 upon 10 raised to 3 liter. So which is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 liter. Okay, so we got first part of the sum. What is that first part? That is 1 ml is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 liter. Okay, now the second part of the sum, that is 1 ml and this dm cube I am going to compare. Okay, so 1 ml is equal to dash dm cube is our question, how much dm cube. Okay, so I will start with here simple, and formula what we will be using. Now what I said here, we know here what we have written, that is 1 dm cube is equal to 1000 centimeter cube, that is 10 raised to 3. Okay, what we say here. Okay, so we will start here, that is we will take the part of 1 ml into, I can write ml is there, so what I will do here, 1 minute, it is 1 ml is equal to, sorry, 1 cm cube it will be, just a minute, 1 dm cube is equal to 10 raised to 3 cm cube, and 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube, or cc, cubic centimeter, if you remember this we have discussed. Otherwise you can write down this formula. So this formula I will use here, that is 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube into, now this I can use because I want dm cube, so into what it will be here, 1 dm cube whole upon 10 raised to 3 centimeter cube, like this it will be. Okay, so which is equal to, this will get cancelled. Okay, what is remaining? 1 into 1 into 1 by 10 raised to 3 dm cube. So which is equal to 10 raised to, this 3 will go up, minus 3 dm cube. Okay, so we got that, therefore I can write 1 ml is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 dm cube. Now I'll complete the blank, that is 1 ml is equal to what we have seen there, 10 raised to dash liter is equal to dash dm cube. So this was 10 raised to minus 3 and this was 10 raised to minus 3, both. Okay, so 1 ml is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 liter and 10 raised to minus 3 dm cube. Understood? So here our 1.21 question is over. This is very important, this 3. So just write it down in your fair book and what you call use headphone and full screen you do to understand this video. Okay, just a minute. Next one. Okay, this was the question what we have discussed. Just 1 kilometer, this all what we have discussed. Okay, so in this only part B what we have done, part A we will be discussing later on with the different other videos. Okay, so now here you can see next one what I am going to do. This all topics are left out, so that I will do it later on. So now we are going to discuss about 1.26 question, that is what is written here. If 10 volume of dihydrogen gas reacts with 5 volume of dioxygen gas, how many volumes of water vapor would be produced? So this question we are going to do next. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so when we say H2 plus O2 gives you H2O, but if you balance it, it will be like this. Okay, and it is written, now this is stoichiometric coefficient, what is in a stoichiometric calculation, that type of sum it is. So 2 volume, here you can see here 2 volume, this is reacts with what, 1 volume of O2 to gives you 2 volume of H2, water vapor. These all are in gaseous state, what I am talking about. Understood? So now suppose if 10 volumes are given, 10 volumes, then this 2 are there, then this is 1. So half of 2 is 1, so half of 10 is 5 volume. Understood? Here 2 volume are there, H2. So here 2 volume of H2O. So if 10 volume, then here also it will be 10 volume of water molecule will be there. So from the above equation, 10 volumes of water vapor, H2O vapor, VAPU here, vapor, 10 volume of water vapor will be produced. Okay, so this part over. Now the next question, what we say here, you can write down this in your fair book. Then now 1.27, question 1.27. Okay, now the question is convert into basic units. What is the word? Convert into basic units. Okay, so now when we say convert into basic unit, the question is, what is the question? 28.7 picometer, and for length, basic unit is meter. Understood? So we'll convert picometer into meter. Okay, same way second question was also there. Second question, what we say here, second question is 15.15 picometer. Okay, so that also basic unit is meter, so we'll convert this into meter. Then third question is 25365 milligram. Now milligram basic, that is for mass, basic unit is kilogram, so that will convert into kilogram. Understood? So this is mass basic unit, this is for length, length basic unit, and here also length basic unit. Okay, now for converting into meter, first we must know that 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter. Understood? So 28.7 picometer is equal to how much meter? The simple cross multiplication, therefore we can write 28.7 picometer is equal to, this will multiply 28.7 into 10 raised to minus 12 divided by 1, so which is equal to, you can just simply calculate, it will be 2 point, I'll just shift the decimal here, so what it will be, 2.87 into 10 raised to minus 11. Why? Because 10 raised to minus 12 is there, in that on which side we shifted one place. How one place on which side? Left side, so plus 1, so it will be minus 11 watt meter. Understood? Same way you can do this next one also. We know 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter, so 15.15 picometer is equal to how much? So which is equal to 15.15 into 10 raised to minus 12 divided by 1, so which will be equal to 1.515 into 10 raised to, same thing, we will shifted what decimal on this places, so into 10 raised to minus 11 meter. Over. Now the next one, milligram, but for milligram little bit will be required, or dimension method also you can do, or this also method you can do, so whichever is easier. I think directly now you can write that 1 milligram is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 kilogram. From dimension analysis only we got. If you want, you can do it with that method also. So 25365 milligram is equal to how much? Kilogram, because mass basic unit is kilogram. Okay, so simple cross multiplication, so which is equal to 25365 into 10 raised to minus 6. So here 0.0. So I will shift this decimal to how many places? 4 places. So 2.5365 into 10 raised to minus 6, and 4 places I shifted on left, so plus 4. So which is equal to 2.5365 into 10 raised to minus 2 what? Kilogram. Over. So this part also over. Okay. Now the next question. Just a minute. Okay. Now you can see this. Okay. Which one of the following will have the largest number of atoms? Now this is given here. You can see. Just a minute. In your textbook it is given here. Which one of the following will have the largest number of atoms? The word is number of atoms. That is our Avogadro's number we will use here. So 1 gram, that is mass to Avogadro's what we are going to use. So 1 gram Au will have more atoms, sodium will have, lithium will have, or chlorine will have. But before that we must know their atomic masses. Okay, because these all are atoms what we are talking about. Okay, and this is chlorine molecule. Remember this thing. Now the next one. Now atomic mass of gold is equal to 197 U. Understood? So if I convert this U, mole concept what we discussed, now that we are discussing here. So if I convert this U, that is into 197 grams, 197 grams of Au will have how many atoms? The 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. Right? This we studied in mole concept. Now suppose if I have written 197 U of Au will contain how many atoms? It will be only one atom, right? But this unified mass I have converted into grams. So that grams, 197 grams of Au will contain how many atoms? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atom. Now how many grams are given in the question? Only 1 gram. So 1 gram of Au is equal to how much atoms? Understood? So simple cross multiplication, it is equal to 1 into 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Okay, so here simple cross multiplication if you do, what you will get? It will be equal to 3.057 into 10 raised to 21 atoms, because after division decimal you can shift here. Is it clear? So if you shift the decimal to different places, what will happen? This 23 will change into 21. Okay, that you can do it by yourself. Okay, now 1 gram sodium. So we know atomic mass of Na is equal to 23U. Therefore we can write 23U of Na will be equal to 1 atom of sodium, right? But if this 23 grams of Na will be equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms of Na it will be. Understood? So when we talk about this simple thing, 23 grams of Na, this many atoms, so 1 gram of Na is equal to how much? The simple cross multiplication, so which is equal to 1 into 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 divided by 23, like this. Okay, so which is equal to, it will be equal to 2.618 into 10 raised to 22 atoms. Okay, so this is 3.057 into 10 raised to 21. This is 2.618 into 10 raised to 22. Now the next question. Okay, 1 gram of lithium. So first of all, atomic mass of lithium is equal to 7U. Understood? So if I convert this, then 7 grams of lithium will be equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. Okay, 7 grams of lithium will contain this many atoms. So 1 gram of lithium is equal to how much atoms? Right? So simple cross multiplication, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 into 1 divided by 7. So if you calculate it, you will get 8.6042 into 10 raised to 22 atoms. Okay, of lithium will be there. Now same way the fourth one, if you calculate the fourth one. Okay, fourth question is 1 gram of chlorine, Cl2 what we say. right? So when we say only chlorine, atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5, but when we talk about Cl2, it will be 2 into 35.5, so which is equal to 71 U. Means I can write 71 grams of Cl2 will be equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So if you see how many grams are given, 1 gram of Cl2 is equal to how much atoms, what we say, okay, how much atoms. Clear? So therefore you can see actually this is molecule, what we say, but they have compared here, so it will be 1 into 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 divided by 71, so which will be equal to 8.48 into 10 raised to 21 atoms. Okay, so if you see in this all numbers, if you see in this all numbers, if you see here, right, these two numbers and all, if you compare, maximum you will see in lithium it is, right? So therefore you can come to a conclusion, that is therefore 1 gram of lithium has largest number of atoms like this. Okay, so this was about question 1.28. Now the next question is 1.30, question 1.30 that we are going to discuss. Okay, just a minute. Okay, in your textbook the question is, what will be the mass of 1C12 atom, that is isotope of carbon, what you studied, in grams? So that we are going to discuss next. Now we know that atomic mass of C12 atom is 12 grams. Understood? Means 12 gram of C12 at C12 atom is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms will be there. Understood? So now suppose if, means this is the part what we now, if one atom of C12 will equal to how much, sorry, little cross multiplication. Okay, in this case like this, if one atom of C12 is there, how much is the mass of that atom? Is it clear? So what we will do, therefore one atom of, so this opposite to question mark will go up like this and this will come down. So one atom of C12 will have mass, simple cross multiplication, 1 multiplied by 12 divided by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, so which is equal to 1.9927 into 10 raised to minus 23, because this 23 I'll take it in the numerator. Okay, that many grams is the mass. Okay, here you can see, and this I'll take it in the numerator, so this will be this much grams, what we say. Understood? So one atom of C12 will have how much mass? The 1.99. Now this was found out through spectroscopy technique, what we say, that we have already discussed in our previous videos. Okay, now the next one. Okay, now the next question what we are going to discuss is 1.33. okay, so calculate the number of atoms. Again here number of atoms, so stoichiometric part and all that what we discussed. Now a simple way, in each of the following, that is 52 moles of argon will contain how many atoms? 52 U of helium will contain how many atom? And 52 gram. So here this is the difference, what I say, U, and this is gram and this is moles. Okay, so this is very tricky question, very important also. Okay, because it is little bit different, so don't get confused in this. Okay, so we'll start solving that question, just a minute. Okay, now in this case 52 moles of argons is given. Okay, so we know a mole and what you call number of atoms concept, that is 1 mole of Ar will be equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms of argon, Ar. Right, so here how many moles are given? It is 52 moles of Ar will be equal to how much atoms. So simple cross multiplication. So 52 multiplied by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, so which will be equal to 3.134 into 10 raised to, okay, do one thing, we'll just calculate actually what it is. See, 52 into this you do, no, 6.022, you will get 313.144. 313.144 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. Right? Now I'll shift this decimal here, so it will be 3.13144 into 10 raised to 25. 25 what? The atoms. Understood this part? Okay, so this is first question. Now the second part in this second question. It was 52. 1 minute, just a minute. Okay. Question is 52 U unified mass of helium contain how many atoms? Okay. Now when we say atomic mass of helium is equal to 4U, understood? So we can say that 4U of He will be equal to 1 atom of helium. Understood? So now 52U of helium will be equal to how much atoms? That is the question. So simple cross multiplication like this, question opposite to question mark will go up and this will come down. So which is equal to, therefore number of atoms will be equal to 52 into 1 divided by 4. So which is equal to, you can simply do multiply 13 atoms it will be. How many atoms? 13 atoms. Understood? So this you have to be careful. This is U, not mass, grams or anything, or moles. It is U. So 4U is the atomic mass of helium, and U means only one atom. So 52 U's how many atoms? So it will be 13 atoms, what we say. Okay. Now the next part. Okay. Now third one is 52 grams of helium. Now we know atomic mass of helium is equal to 4U. So 4 grams of He, He will be equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms of helium. So 52 grams of helium, what is given the question, will be equal to how much atom? The simple cross multiplication, it is 52 into 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 divided by 4. Understood? So if you simply calculate, it will be equal to 7.8286 into 10 raised to 24 atoms of helium. Okay, so this is the answer for this. So here we will stop here in our revision part till the topic what we have completed is over. Now after the next video of the next topic, we will do the remaining exercise questions and all. Okay, just a minute. Okay, now in your textbook, when we say textbook problem 1.3, calculate the amount of water produced by combustion of 16 grams of methane, what is given. Understood? So this one what we are going to calculate. Understood? So this is the question which was left out, so we will calculate this first. Okay, just a minute. Now if we write the combustion reaction of methane, it is like this, that is CH4 plus O2 gives you CO2 plus 2H2O, like this, what we say. Understood? So in this case, if you balance, it will be like this. Okay, so I can write here 1 mole, here 2 moles, here also nothing is there, means 1 mole of CO2 and gives 2 moles of H2O, what we say, right? Means 1 mole of CH4 reacts with 2 moles of O2 to give you 1 mole CO2 and 2 moles H2O. Okay, just a minute. Okay, now if you calculate the molecular mass of CH4, it is equal to 12 plus 4 into 1, which is equal to 16 grams only, what we say, gram molecular mass, what we say. So it is 16 gram only, and the question also it was given 16 only. So from the question it will be clear 1 mole of CH4 will give 2 moles of H2O. Now suppose if we write here 1 mole of H2O will be equal to what? 1 into molecular mass of water, that is 1 into, you can write 2 into 1, that is of hydrogen, plus 1 into 16, that is of oxygen. So 1 mole of H2O contains how much? 216 plus 2, which is equal to 18 grams of water will be there, right? So now according to the equation it is 2 moles. So therefore 1 mole of CH4 gives 2 moles of H2, and 1 mole H2O contain 80 gram. So therefore 2 moles of H2O is equal to how much grams? Okay, now only we calculated 1 mole of H2O is equal to 18 grams of water, what we got, water vapor. So if 2 moles of H2 are there, how much? So it is simple cross multiplication. Therefore, amount of water vapor or H2O, what we call, will be equal to 2 into 18 divided by 1. So which is equal to 36 gram of water vapor will be produced. Okay, from 1 mole of CH4. Understood this part? So this was the problem 1.3. You can see the next solve example you can see here is problem 1.4. Okay, how many moles of methane are required to produce 22 grams of CO2 after combustion? So for this reaction, just a minute. Okay, if you see this 1.4 solved example, the formula will be same, that is the equations plus 2O2 gives you CO2 plus 2H2O like this. Okay, so here it is 1 mole, here 2 moles, again here 1 mole of CO2 and 2 moles of water, right? Now 1 mole of CH4 will give 1 mole of CO2. So now suppose if I find the molecular mass of CO2, molecular mass of CO2 will be 12 plus 2 into 16, so which is equal to 12 plus 32, which is equal to 44 grams, right? Means we can say 1 mole of CO2 sorry, CH4 will give you 1 mole of CO2, that is 44 grams of CO2. Understood? So the question was, if 22 gram of CO2 is given, how many moles of CH4 will be required, right? So we will convert this simple cross multiplication, mole and grams, right? Now this is moles of CH4 and this is grams for CO2. So 1 mole, what we say, of CH4 require how many grams? How many how many grams? 44 grams of CO2. So if 22 gram of CO2 is there, how much mole of CH4 will be required? Understood? So simple cross multiplication you can do. Therefore moles of CH4 required will be equal to 22 into 1 divided by 44, which is equal to 22 ones and 2s, so 1 by 2, which is equal to 0.5. It will be 0.5 mole. Understood? So 0.5 mole. See, simple calculation it is. 1 mole 44 grams. Half of 44 is what? Half of 44 is 22. What we got here, right? So half of 44 is 22. So half of 1 will be 0.5 only. So for 22 gram of CO2, only 0.5 moles of CH4 is required. Understood? So here we come to an end of our revision of the topics what we discussed in our previous videos. Okay, so we will stop here. Next time we will continue with the remaining topics, and then we will discuss the remaining exercise questions and solved examples also. Till then, read thoroughly the textbook what I said here. Always go through the textbook, and then you go through the videos also. So whenever you see the video, use headphone and keep textbook near to you. Okay, so you can see the one by one each and every line, you can understand it. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.